Hi guys, and welcome to Physics and Character Controller in Unity. You see, physics is actually crucial in the component of many of the video games that you guys are looking at. So let me show you guys how this works. I already have a full tutorial of this particular video on my first channel. If you go to DJ Oamen, you should be able to see full details of this very video online. So let me just show you how it works. Now I am using my mouse, and the other one is movement. So if I hold on to my shift key, or if I hold on to the arrow key, I'm moving forward or move backward, move sideways, move that's right, move to the left. And I can also use the W, S, A, and D. So what I am going to do now, guys, I'm going to take you guys straight into Unity development environment, and we put one of these together. Although I'm going to be very fast, the lines of code, if you guys want to understand how the lines of code were put together, you're going to have to visit my first channel, and there you will see a step-by-step tutorial of how I actually put the lines of code together. So to gain access to the very first one, there's a link on the description area. So let's start now. Let's go straight into the Unity development environment, and we'll put one of these together, guys. Okay guys, we're going to start with the following. You need the following assets: a conifer, simple city park plane, and you also need the all sky free skybox. Okay, you need those three, so have a good look at them. Alright, I'm gonna minimize it now. I've already downloaded it. That's all sky free here, the conifer here, and simple city plane, and there guys. So I'm going to minimize that. Now the very first one that we're going to be working on is the simple city plane. So double click on that, and that is it right here. And in here, the folder that we need is the scene folder. Double click on the scene folder, and there you will see the demo scene. Double click on the demo scene. Once you double click on this demo scene, that should load up. There we go, this demo scene is ready. Then you can just click on any of these components that is in the hierarchy here. Preferably click on the building. So when you double click on the building, that should ultimately appear. There we go, that is it right there. But if you run it, the camera is not focused on this area really, so we need to set the camera so that the camera will be focused on the whole scenery that we have in here. So you can grab any one of them, maybe this building in the middle, and just take a good look at the coordinate that you have inside the inspector here. Like we have here -300 plus. So I'm going to move the camera. I'm going to select it. Let's copy this so that I don't forget that. And that is -314. Then the y-axis is 70 and the z-axis is 59. So select the camera, make that -300 plus. This one is 70, and this is the -59. There we go. So look at the camera now. It's kind of like focusing right in there. Okay, so that gives you a rough idea, and you can just position the camera how it's meant to look at the whole area. So let's run it, and if we run it, and you see what I'm talking about now. Click on run. There we go, guys. As you can see, the camera is kind of like looking right inside the filling station. You guys won't be able to see it properly, but let's end this, and I'm going to just click on games here. You see this tab games, click on it and drag it down here. And what I want to do is I'm going to maximize that. Just click on play, maximize. Then let's run it again, though we won't be able to see everything properly, not until we add some lines of code to that. So let's do that now. It's coming up. There we go, look at that. That is beautiful. Now the next thing we want to do is we now want to, if you like, you can just kind of like move the camera up a little bit. You see where we have a y-axis. I'm going to make that 74 and maybe change this one to -75. This z-axis -75. Alright, so look at it. And this one we can make that -320. 320 or 322, something like that. Okay, the next thing is I'm now going to attach some physics to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight into my folder, and like I said earlier on, if you guys want to see the step-by-step how this video was put together, that took me about 40 minutes plus. You will see that in my other channel, but this is just a short version of that. So I'm going to copy the lines of code, and this code is known as mouse look. That is it right there. And we're just going to grab hold of that. That is it. Okay, so that is the lines of code. I'm just going to copy that and dump it right in here. But to do that, what I will do is, you see right here, right click on it and go to create, select C# script and give that a name. I'm going to call it mouse look there. And now select mouse look and open it up. Click on open. There we go. Now I'm going to copy that lines of code that I just shown to you guys now. Select it all, copy. Just going to copy and paste everything in here. Paste. And there we go. I've just pasted the lines of codes, the mouse look right in here. The other lines of code that I'm going to paste in there is the move. So let's close this, save that though, and I'm going to go back in here, close it. I don't need that anymore, and right click here as well. Once it's ready, it's now compiling the mouse look. Now right click in here and let's go back to create, select C# and just give that a name. I'm going to call that movement. Now make sure you select the movement and click on open. Movement is coming up. I'm going to open the lines of code for movement as well. That is it right here. Just copy that and paste it inside the script, inside the C# script. There we go. Those are the lines of code for movement. Select it all, copy and close that. Once this is ready now, there we go guys. I've pasted the lines of code. Like I said, if you want to see full explanation to these lines of code, you're going to have to go to my first channel or my other channel. You should be able to see the single explanation of how everything was put together in there. But for now, have a good look at the lines of codes. Take it from the top. That's the name of the class. It's called movement. Bring it down to fix update and take it right down. That is the mouse move. Sorry, that is movement. The other one is the mouse move. So let's save this, and this is the mouse, this is movement, and the other lines of code, that is mouse look, this very one here. So let it finish compiling. There we go guys, that is mouse look. Take it down and down and down, and that is movement. Okay, now what do we do with these lines of codes? That is simple. Now come back in here, select the main camera, scroll right down in the inspector. You see where we have add components? Click on that. We need to add character controller. You must add a character controller. Once you finish adding your character controller, you see the mouse look, click, drag it. You can dump it in here if you want, and that is it. You also need to dump movements in here, or you can just paste it on the main camera. Is the same, and that is it right there. So both lines of codes, they are right there now. So when we run the program, we should be able to pan around and even move forward and backwards. So let's run the program and you see what I'm talking about. There we go. You see we can now pan around, we can go around. Now let's see, if I press my W key, there we go, we can move forward. Press the S key. I'm going to press the D key, A, and arrow key. You see that? So like I said, you need those lines of code, and I've also included the link to those lines of code. Now you see what just happened, because I went out of the scene and the system just flew out. So that's what we're going to take care of now. So to take care of that, let's come right here, go straight to the hierarchy, drop that down. We need to add, go to 3D, we need to add terrain. Click on the terrain. Now once the terrain is ready, you now need to set the coordinate of the terrain. Either you select one of these to select the coordinate, because the terrain is right there, and that is it right there. If you look right here, that is the scenery. You can drag the terrain right there, okay, somewhere there, okay. But looking at it properly at that angle, in here we can change the y-axis of that terrain to about 70. Let's say 70.2, or maybe 0.1. There's a 0.1555. Okay, right. And the z-axis, I'm going to make that about 522. Oh, let's see, maybe leave it to how it is. Let's see. But first of all, the terrain is there now. I'm going to run it and you see what I'm talking about. So we shouldn't be able to just drop out anyhow anymore, because we have big enough terrain. But you can always add more to that terrain, or just extend that very terrain. Look at that. So if I dare step out of this arena now, I'm not going to drop anymore. You see that? And this terrain is huge. It's huge enough for what we want to do, so that's good. So let's go back in here. Now we want to add, let's add some like grass and so onto the terrain. Select that very terrain. You see the simple city plane. Can you see the grass in there? I'm going to use that grass for this very terrain. So come straight to the terrain setting here, and what we need is the basic terrain. Inside the basic terrain, we will see material. Click on this small icon there, and let's up here just type in grass, search for it. That is easier. There we go, that's the grass. This is the one I want. That is it right there. You can see it, make sure it's selected, and that's it. That goes straight on the terrain. So that is sorted. The next thing we want to add is trees. That is where the cauliflower comes in. So select the tree brush of the terrain, and here where we have edit tree, click on that, click on add tree, then in here tree prefab, and let's click on the small icon here of the tree prefab, and here we have some trees here. This is the one I'm going to settle for, PF cauliflower, and that's it. So select that, and right there is there. So I'm going to click on add, and that is the tree. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, you see right here where we have mass place tree, click on that. We have about 10,000 in there. I'm just going to click on place. You see, look at the terrain, there's nothing there now. Once I click on place, and there we go, the trees are now, there we go, look at the trees everywhere. Now as you can see, the trees is even all over the scenery, so we now need to clear that out. And to clear that out, all you need to do is simple. Hold onto your shift key, press it down, okay, and just click, but make sure you have enough brush size. Here I have 40, that's good enough for me. So I'm now going to just click on the shift key, hold it down, and then just press the left mouse, and that is it. I'm now getting rid of the excess trees that is on the excess tree that is on the assets, and that is it, all gone. So if I run it now, this is what you guys will see, and that's how it's going to look like. There we go, look at that. You see the trees? Okay, the trees are now on the terrain, okay, apart from the original trees that came with the assets. So that is fine. So the next thing I want to do now is very simple. Now I'm going to exit out. Now let's go to the All Sky Free. Click on that folder, All Sky Free, and in here we have Epic Blue. Double click on the Epic Blue. I need one of these. That is it right there, Epic Blue. Let's make sure it's there. That is it. It's still coming up. Okay, you can click and drag and just drop that in here. Click, drag and drop it right there, and that is that done. Or you can always go straight into Windows and select rendering, select lighting. Now inside lighting, click on environment and select the day here, select this icon, and what you need is you just need the Epic Blue. That is it right there. Either one of these is fine by me. So I want the one that has a little bit of rainy appearance to it. I'm going to select this. Alright, that is it selected, and close that, and that's it on the scene. So if I run it now, this is what you guys will see. Very good, look at that. Okay, look at that. Now we want to add mountainous object to it, or object looking like mountain. So end that. I will also go back to the All Sky Free. Click on All Sky Free, and right inside All Sky Free, you see this very first folder, All Sky Free Demo Environment. Double click on All Sky Free Demo Environment. What I need is, I'm going to use the All Sky Free Demo Environment, this very first one. Drag it and just dump it there. I'll just dump it right there. Now we now need to set the coordinates. Come right there, Y is still selected. Make sure the All Sky Free Demo Environment is selected. Come right to the transformation. Okay, I'm talking about the inspector. Come straight to this transformation, the position. I want the position, the x-axis of the position to be minus 503. The y-axis, I want it to be minus 7. And the z-axis of the position, I want that to be minus 75. You see, it's now taking shape. You can leave it like that, the choice is yours, or you can just adjust the rotation and so on, but I think it looks a bit alright for me. So I'm going to run it. Let's see how that's going to look like. It should give us the effect of mountain surrounding the whole scene. Look at that. You see that? And like I said, if you want a full tutorial with full explanation of how the codes were put together, you will definitely see that on my first channel, DJ Oamen. I will also include the link of that very video in there. And the lines of code, I mean, for DJ Oamen's channel members, you should be able to have access to the lines of codes. And that is it, guys. So let's just walk the whole arena and see how that looks like. Look at that. That is beautiful. Let's go straight into the filling station. There we go. And there's an alley here. We can just walk through the alley somewhere here. There we go. That's it. There's a collision to it as well. So if you collide with any of the buildings or objects, you'll be stuck. You see that? So like I said, the full tutorial, you should be able to see that on DJ Oamen's channel. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. But one thing you need to know is, for the mouse move, you need the mouse look script. Okay, the mouse look script. And for moving forth forward and backwards, you need a movement script. Okay, mouse look to move around, okay, just to pan around, and mouse move to go forth and back. So let's run it again. You see that this is mouse look. Look at it. I can just go around, just pan around it. That is mouse look. Mouse move, you can use the W key, the S key, the D key, the A key, or the arrow keys. And remember, you can also jump. You see that you can jump as well. So I'm just going to call it the end of this tutorial. You all have a nice day now. Bye for now.